All right. All right, guys. Here come Brent. Brace yourselves. Lord Jesus, give me the strength to patience to go through what Brent is about to put me through. Amen. Brent.
The resilience, Henry. Come on, not patience, resilience. Come on, use your last name is resilient. Use resilient, not patience. Screw that. Resilience.
You finally beat me into submission, Brent, man. You finally did it, man. What's going on, Brent? How are you?
Good. So, obviously, you're talking about St. John again. We'll discuss that as well. But I just want to talk about David Yoast. He talks about transparency. He's full of shit. He wants to give lectures. He wants to shade Karen Ashley. Well, yeah, she gave a Kickstarter. These Kickstarters are so risky. I don't know why people would do it, because they're blinded by nostalgia. The people are dumb for doing Kickstarters with no guaranteed product. So, but for David to shade her, saying, "I'm going to be transparent, and with the fans, and I'm going to keep accounting where the money is." Where's my refund, David?
Holy shit!
Where's my refund, David? Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's full of shit. And then the Austin thing, I know you want to talk about that. It's going to be the same answer. We're going to have to agree or disagree on this. I personally feel that if the prosecutors had the quote unquote concrete evidence, they should put his ass in jail. That's my opinion. It's not going to, I've said this multiple times. My opinion is not going to change unless there's actual concrete evidence. And then his AI excuse. I speculate I've seen his videos on Instagram where he's signing Green Ranger merchandise. He signed a Dragon Zord picture, just the Dragon Zord. And it was a 1 of 1. He showed it on his Instagram. He's signing pictures of him and JDF and Zio. His fan base is JDF. I think Laura approached him and asked him why he hates Jason. These Green Ranger fans, they bring the money. They are passionate, and they're approaching him at cons, and he's getting the heat for his comments on fan words. So I speculate that he's getting a lot of heat for saying that the movie tanked. Now, do I believe the movie tanked? No, I think it was a success, in my opinion. Now, Haim Saban might feel differently because he doesn't view the TV show or the movie as the end all be all. He values the toy sales. The movie, I consider it a success. He feels differently because when you look at the toy sales based off of the movie from 1994 to 1995, toy sales dropped over 1/3. And that's after toys from the movie were released. So was the movie a success? The box office numbers based off of marketing, they at least made their money back. I view that as a success. Now, since the show and the movie is based off of toy sales, I don't think Haim Saban viewed that as a success. Hence, that's why Austin was brought back. So I think that's what Austin was talking about. But he was getting so much backlash from fans that he has to make him an excuse or have an excuse ready saying, "Oh, AI proved me wrong," when in reality, he just expressed an opinion. The movie tanking, that's not a lie. That's just an opinion. So, and you're showing me a response. Yeah. So my response is going to be the same from the previous time you showed me one of these. There's no concrete evidence. We're going to have to agree or disagree on this. And
Wait.
I know Francis mentioned.
Wait. Didn't it says Geiger even testified that
he discussed the loan program? But Henry, yeah, but that doesn't mean. But clearly, the prosecutors, I feel, did not have enough, or else they would have prosecuted. And we're gonna have to. I've said this last week and the week before and the week before. When you keep doing this, and my opinion is not going to change. unless there's something that's brought up that the prosecutors, they bring up something different. And I know Prince has brought up an example,
Well, this is
but you can't, there's always evidence that we don't have.
This is new information where he talked about the loan program.
Yeah.
Wait. He talked about the loan program. He talked about it.
He talked about loan, but clearly,
Brent, he talked about it being a business loan. He talked about it being a government loan, and that they would use the money, the government loan, to invest in foreign exchange currency.
And clearly, the prosecutors knew all of this. And they still should. But Henry, so we're gonna have to disagree on, because we're gonna have to disagree on this. I'm sorry.
So you're still of the opinion when it comes to Austin St. John, they only offered a plea deal because they couldn't convict him?
I feel that the prosecutors, they offered him a plea deal because they didn't feel confident with what they had, that they would they would convict him and put him in jail. They didn't have the confidence, so that's just my opinion. And I've said this last week and the week before and the week before that. So I don't know. Well, you keep doing this.
The prosecutors don't convict. It's a jury. The jury is who convicts, right?
Right. The prosecutors, they didn't feel confident to convince the jury with their case. So I'm just saying, like, Henry, I know you're disappointed. You were disappointed because you're just
curious. You think 12 people would have said not guilty for Austin St. John with just this evidence alone of him testifying that they talked about the loan, that they talked about investing the business loan from the government in foreign exchange currency? You think 12 people would have found him innocent?
I mean, it's really tough to say, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, it seemed like the prosecutors chose not to do that, and it seemed like they didn't have the confidence they would be able to convince the jury.
I think the choice was Austin St. John's, right? Because
a plea deal requires somebody has to offer it, and they both have to agree to it.
So Austin St. John could have said, "Hey, they don't have enough evidence to convict me. I'm just going to plead not guilty."
Or you can play this game all day, Henry. But at the end of the day, there's no concrete evidence, Henry, and we're going to keep arguing this, and that's fine.
If you believe the prosecutors didn't have enough evidence to convict him, why would Austin St. John take a guilty plea?
Because he didn't have the confidence in his case either. It just seems like that even he might feel that he made a dumb mistake, and he might feel that the jury might not find him innocent. He didn't have the confidence either. I mean, it takes two to make a plea deal, and but it seems that this channel was all about Jailosaurus. He's going to jail. And clearly the prosecutors, they didn't want to push for that for whatever reason. And I personally feel that if he intentionally defrauded the government, jail time should be pushed. But clearly the prosecutors felt differently. And we're just going to have to keep arguing this. We've discussed this 4 or 5 times already. But that's just part of social media.
Each time we get new information, we got the text messages. We got the text messages with him corroborating the loan. Then you have his sworn testimony that yes, we did talk about the loan program. We did talk about where the money was coming from. We did talk about that it was a business loan and we were going to invest the money in foreign exchange currency. And yes, they also had the wire transfers that back up all of this. And you still think Austin St. John did not intentionally set out to defraud the government?
Henry, this information is new to us. Let me finish.
Do you think?
No, I'll get to answering your question. Well, just answer the question. I'll get to answering your question, Henry. My God.
First, do you think Austin St. John intentionally set out to defraud the government? It's just a yes or no.
No. With what has been presented, no. And let me finish then. I answered your question. Let me finish. This information may be new to us because based on how you present it, but this information was not new to the prosecutors and to the defendants, to the legal counsel for both parties. this information, they've known this for months, probably years. And the prosecutors came to the conclusion that they did not want to pursue jail time for whatever reason. And in my opinion, I'm going to hold this opinion. I've said this multiple times on multiple streams. There's no concrete evidence that is being presented. And so my answer is going to be the same. No, I don't believe it. Now, unless something new is presented, I might change my mind. But from what's being presented, no. And this is new information to us, but it's not new information to the prosecutors and to the defendant. And you can bring up whoever you want. There's probably people in the background waiting to want to roast me, but my opinion is going to stay the same. And I've addressed this numerous times, and maybe it's kind of like, how are you going to do this again next week? Like you have something prepared for next week as well? You're going to keep doing this, or
people want me to pay for the court transcripts.
Okay, then I'll give the same answer again, unless there's the concrete evidence. But at the end of the day, but that doesn't mean that. Let's just be clear. Just because he's not found, there's no concrete evidence. You can have opinions about Austin St. John, whatever opinion you want. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And yeah, I don't know. I've discussed this many times. I mean, there's other topics that you discuss on this tonight's stream that I'm sure there's people waiting, but I'd like to discuss as well. But yeah, I've said the same thing the past 4 or 5 weeks. So if that's what you want to talk about, that's fine. But yeah, you can bring it. I've seen this picture numerous times. I think that's Corey Newman, right? Yeah, I've seen you show these pictures.
This is the day after they got the money. How about that? How about that?
Well, sure. I mean, the prosecutors have these pictures too. So, I mean, you know, yeah.
He's an innocent man taking a bad deal, huh? He's about to become a felon because.
Yeah, when you take a plea deal, that's just the reality of it, and people are gonna.
But he's innocent, though, right?
Completely innocent, like he had no involvement. I wouldn't say that.
You're either guilty or innocent. You're not like halfway guilty or halfway innocent. You're either innocent.
No,
or guilty.
I mean this innocent of like no involvement of no responsibility. He didn't sign the loan. He signed that loan document, and you're responsible for what you sign.
What about the wire transfer? What about
the wire transfer? He agreed. Yeah, he agreed to that. And but clearly,
what about him knowing it was a PPP loan?
Henry, I already answered this question, but I'll answer it again. He knew it was a PPP loan, but clearly, based off of the evidence being presented, the prosecutors whatever this is not they didn't have the confidence to pursue it and convince a jury. And usually, if this was concrete enough, it'd be a slam dunk. And that's just my opinion.
So you don't think he set out to defraud the government?
Henry, I answered this question already.
Is that? I'm sorry. Just can you did he?
No, I already said I don't think so. Based on what's been no. So, I don't think so. Henry, I already answered this question.
So he never set out to defraud the government?
Based off of what was presented, no. I mean, based on what I've seen, I don't think so. But
so where did he think the money came from? Do you think he thought the money came from the government?
Do I think? I mean, what I think really is irrelevant, but I mean,
do you think Austin St. John knew he was getting a government loan?
That's probably what he thought. Yes. And
do you think Austin St. John was getting a government loan for his business?
I don't have but clearly he thought that he was getting.
Do you think he was getting a government loan for his business? Is yes or no?
I think he was. So, that's what he was thinking, but clearly that's not the case.
So what do you mean that's not the case? You just said you thought he was getting a government loan. You thought he was getting a government loan for his business. Do you think he knew it was a PPP loan?
Yeah, I mean, if he probably thought it was a PP, that's why he signed it. But he probably trusted the wrong people. Henry, I already discussed this.
So do you think
many times, Henry? And I know.
Wait. Do you think he was sending Andrew Moran a kickback?
A kickback. I mean, if that's
a yes or no, man. Do you think he was sending it? Do you think he knew he was sending
intentionally?
Andrew
No.
Moran
Intentionally, no.
Wait. You don't think he knew he was sending Andrew Moran a 10% kickback?
A kickback. I mean, I don't know if he knew.
Why would he send Andrew Moran approximately 10% of the loan?
Why would he do that? I don't. I can't answer that question, Henry. I'm sorry.
Is that not a kickback? Do you know,
Henry? I can't. Henry, I can't answer.
What a kickback is?
Jesus Christ, Henry! Oh my God!
Do you know what a kickback is?
Yes, I do know what a kickback is, but you're asking me these questions, and it's really tough for me to answer these questions without knowing the entire case. I can't answer that. I'm sorry, but I already answered that. I do not think that he intends to defraud the government.
A kickback is an illegal payment or benefit given in exchange for improper influence or preferential treatment. Kickbacks are
kickback. There's different definitions of a
kickback can be cash, gifts, trips, promises of future employment. So he sent Andrew Moran a kickback of $22,000, which is coincidentally the same person who filled out the application. And you're saying that's not a kickback, or that is a kickback?
I don't think he intentionally did send a quote unquote kickback. And I've answered this.
Wait, did he?
Henry, I've answered this question.
Did he accidentally send the kickback?
Clearly, based on what was been presented, there's no evidence that definitively proves that he intentionally did that.
Like that he sent.
And I've answered this question.
Wait, that he sent the
Henry.
Just follow the line of questioning.
Henry, I know you're trying to grow your, but I've answered this question.
Did he?
I've answered this question 4 or 5 times already.
Who made the wire transfer to Andrew Moran?
I'm assuming it was Austin. He signed the document. But
that's not
Henry. I've answered this. Henry, I've answered this question many times. If the definition you pull the kickback is the illegal gift or whatever. Based on what's been presented,
and you can only
there's no evidence that he intentionally did that. I don't think so.
Wait, so the money he sent Moran was an accident? Even though they had text messages discussing it?
I don't think Austin knew that it was, he didn't intentionally say that, he didn't intentionally defraud the government, if that's what you're asking. And I've answered this question multiple times already. Yeah, we've already discussed this topic numerous times, and so we can keep going, but we're gonna keep repeating.
It wasn't or wasn't a kickback.
We're gonna keep repeating.
It wasn't or was a kickback. It was not or was.
Basically, I don't think it was a kickback. Based on what the evidence has been presented, I don't think it was a kickback. Now, if there's new evidence,
why did he get the PPP money and then send some to Moran if it wasn't a kickback?
Because he probably thought that the money was for the intended purpose of
what intended purpose? It was a business loan from the government, which you said he knew it was. So why would he send the guy who filled out the application $22,000 if it was not a kickback?
Because he felt that it was for the intended purpose of whatever the PPP loan was. That's probably why he did that. But at the end of the day, that's
wait. He sent them $22,000 because it was required by the PPP loan. Like the government said, hey, if we give you this PPP loan, you have to send the guy who filled out your application 10%.
You don't have to send it to people, but that action was not, there's no evidence to prove that it was intentionally done to defraud the government. And I've said this, answered this question already, Henry, but we can keep going if this is what you want to do. So keep spinning, going in circles, and we'll keep going.
Go ahead, Angel.
Brent, this is actually my field of expertise because
Okay.
I was a supervisor at a bank.
Right.
I have fever dreams about PPP because I had to do many a PPP loan for my customers. I had to also do their forgiveness, Brent. I have a question for you. So you want concrete evidence. What kind of concrete evidence do you want?
Do I want?
Yes.
Obviously,
Do
a
I want?
kickback is not enough. Him knowing it wasn't a government, him knowing it was a government loan is not enough. Him wiring money to invest his government business loan in a foreign exchange currency is not enough.
It wasn't enough for the prosecutor. Look,
Brent. No. Right now, my question to you, what would be concrete evidence enough for you?
So wait. You think if the prosecutors would have took him to trial, that would have been him being guilty?
if they
would have not offered him a plea
process,
deal,
yeah.
if they would have not offered him a plea deal and made him go to trial, then he would be guilty.
Hello, Henry? Oh, he froze. If he went through the trial process, discovery, all that kind of stuff, and
why would he? Okay, do you know what was on the PPP loan documents? The exact wordage that Austin St. John would have read and would have signed.
It was something. I don't know the exact word.
You want concrete evidence? I'm giving you concrete evidence. Do you know the verbiage on the PPP loan documents?
If that was concrete enough evidence, I know what you're talking.
Brent, you want this? Answer my question. What is the verbiage on the PPP?
I know what the verbiage. It's like something like false representation.
Then say it. What is it for? What did Austin say that he was going to use the PPP funds for? It's in black and white.
Right, but if...
No, just say it, Brent. Answer the question. Answer the question. What is in black and white?
Go ahead, Andrew. Let him talk, Andrew. Go ahead.
I can answer the question, Brent, if you're
I
not
know.
Answer.
Wait, let me answer. Okay, so it's not the exact word, but I know.
What is the exact
Angel
word?
I
don't remember this.
Jesus, Angel, let him get it off, and then you can correct him. Go ahead, Brent.
So I don't know the exact wording, but it's something like knowingly sign. I knowingly false. Knowingly, something like knowing or false representation. Is something can result in. Yeah, I don't know the exact wording, but it's basically he signed it knowing, agreeing that it's for a certain purpose.
What would that certain purpose?
I don't know the exact wording, but
would you like me to tell you what that exact?
Sure.
The PPP loans were for paycheck protection.
Right.
That's what the government was giving out the PPP loans for. So it was not for commercial use. It was not supposed to be so that you could get patio furniture. It was not supposed to be to pay off loans. It was to protect your employees to make sure they got paid during COVID. So Brent, how many employees did Austin say he had in order to get a PPP loan?
I don't know this information.
I showed it. It was 10.
Henry showed it. He said that he had 10 employees. So Brent, in order to get a forgiveness for the PPP loan and for the concrete evidence, you're a business owner. What do you have to show the government at the end of the year to show that you gave your employees money?
Tax returns.
W-2.
Yeah.
Okay. If Austin does not have 10 employees, what was going to happen?
If
he was not going to be able to provide those W-2s.
Right, but
So
again,
what was gonna happen? No. Okay, so what was gonna happen once Austin does not have the W-2s and the money is gone? That's the proof that you paid your paychecks.
Right, but we'll go back to what we discussed previously. This is not new information to the prosecution.
This is to you.
This is obviously this is we don't know. I don't know the whole case, like the prosecution, and we're gonna keep going in circles.
So Brent
on this.
wait,
because this is information to you.
Brent is literally hanging his hat on the fact that the prosecution didn't take Austin to trial as him being innocent. That's Brent's whole argument. It's not that Austin St. John is innocent. It's the fact that he didn't go to trial that.
Brent, do you know how much a trial costs taxpayers?
But the thing is, if whatever
so he thought,
wait, let me answer. If that was concrete enough evidence, then the discovery process, it wouldn't require extensive research.
It was extensive research. They have the.
How do you think they got the arrest warrant?
Exactly.
No, but what I'm saying that if they went to try, if that's whatever he signed, if that was enough to put him in jail, then they would have taken. I believe they would have taken him to trial, and he would go to jail. This is just my opinion. This is my opinion. And we're gonna keep going in circles, and you could keep lecturing me or whatever, but that's just my opinion.
I'm just bringing the facts to your face, and you don't like it. That's what it is, Brent.
No, but
I'm sorry.
Okay, we have a difference of opinion. Brent, like, I don't have to like your opinion, and that's fine.
It's not an opinion; it's facts. It's in black and white.
Right, and the facts is that the prosecutors did not pursue jail. These are facts, and that's what we know for now. And unless things change, then Henry will, of course, report on it. But that's just my opinion.
So,
and we're going to disagree.
Plea deals exist primarily to streamline the legal process by allowing prosecutors and defendants to negotiate a guilty plea in exchange for concessions, such as reduced charges or sentences, thereby avoiding the time and expense of a full trial.
And it requires both the prosecutors and the defendant.
Benefiting both the court system and the parties involved by ensuring a conviction with less resource expenditure. Essentially, it's a way to manage court backlogs and to minimize stress on victims by reaching a quicker resolution. Not that, hey, we offer plea deals because we can't convict. Hey, we're trying to use the legal process and get rid of backlog. Nothing about this says, hey, he's innocent, so we're going to offer a plea deal. Because everyone got offered a plea deal, even dumbass Cord Newman. He was also offered a plea deal of 3 years, no jail time, and he decided to say, fuck that, and try his luck in trial. But plea deals can include
jail time. They can, and we're going to argue with that.
It's a white collar crime. This is not like
Brent, they don't want Austin's dumbass. He did not convince 12 people or how many people it was to sign the PPP. They want the bigger guy. It's like Diddy. They don't care about the guys that Diddy invited to the party. They want Diddy. Answer, thank you.
Look, you know how many cases I put together, packaged it in a bow, and then the district attorney's office or the prosecutors like, you know what, we're going to offer a plea. Had them dead to rights, packaged in a bow, and then they just like, I got too many other stuff on my docket, and this one's at the lower priority. The bigger fish was that other gentleman that's going to go to jail, that's asking for another retrial. Like, he's at the lowest of the totem pole. The most important thing that's going to happen for him was when you run his background, it's still going to say convicted felon. He's done. Like, they had all the facts, they had everything, and they just decided they didn't want to go through the process. It is what it is. You may say that they didn't have enough, but they had enough. But they wanted to go after the bigger person, the mastermind, and Geiger was just a rat.
Even the mastermind took a plea deal.
Yeah. So they went after another person.
You think the top guy, they didn't have enough to convict him either? Or they didn't have enough to convict only applies to Geiger out of the 20 people who were arrested?
Yeah.
I mean, some of them got jail. I think a few of them got jail time.
One person got jail time.
With the plea deal. Okay, so maybe because this channel was all about Austin going to jail.
Do you think all of the other people who got offered plea deals, they didn't have enough to convict, or is it just Geiger that applies to?
I think that if they got plea deals and they didn't offer jail time, I would think the same, and that's just my opinion. I'm sorry.
And then you also got to look at the totality of the circumstances, right? So when the prosecutor's looking at every individual person, they run their background. He'd never done anything before like that. He held a firefighter's license. He held a paramedic license. He may have drove without on an expired DL or a suspended DL. He paid that fine, but he hasn't done nothing as harmful as that. This is his first offense.
Yeah, it's no escalators.
We're gonna go ahead and say, hey, we'll give you this plea to keep you out of the system, and you don't have to bear that hardship because you was a good person. We'll give you this one solid, and you take the plea. We'll give you the charge, and then kick you out of the system altogether. And then you just got felon attached to your name. Plain and simple. Like, there's a lot of cases that people get plea deals, and then literally you just show it to the jury, it would have been a conviction.
Yeah. Young Thug was offered a plea deal. 15 years probation. Mid-trial. Was it because they couldn't convict him?
I mean, if that was the case, if Geiger was so sure of himself, why did he sit there and take the plea versus going through the process? Because he know he was guilty. He know he was going to sit there and face time. He know he wasn't built for it, so.
He would have got convicted. 12 people would have found he intentionally set out to defraud the government. Where he talked about it, he sent the kickback, he wired the money to invest in foreign exchange markets. 12 people would have convicted him. It wouldn't have been no hung jury.
It was supposed to protect his employees' paychecks. So why did he buy a motorcycle with it? Why did he go to Alaska with that money? Just saying. It wasn't used for the intended use.
Thank you, answer.
Brent, you give me anxiety. When you first started up here, weren't you like, facts over feelings, facts over feelings, facts over feelings? Henry has literally brought up the facts. 100%.
I'm not denying those facts, but what I'm saying is that my opinion is that my
show that he's guilty. All the facts, the text messages, everything shows that he's guilty. And you are here saying that you do not think that he purposely did this, but he signed a loan agreement. He signed a loan application. He signed a loan agreement. He went physically to the bank to do a wire transfer because for that amount that he transferred, he had to physically go into the bank and do the wire transfer. He knew that it was going to someone's account that was not even his employee. The application, which he saw, said he had 10 employees, which he did not have. He knew he was lying from the beginning to the end of the process. He knew he was lying. So he was committing fraud from the beginning of the process. If I say I have 10 employees and I don't, that's a lie. I'm doing fraud. If I'm doing a loan for paycheck protection, in other words, I'm using this money that the government's giving me so that I can pay my employees that I don't have. How could you say that you don't think he intentionally did it if from the beginning of time it was a lie after lie after lie after lie? Okay. It wasn't like, hey, I didn't see the application, they signed it for me. No, he signed it. He signed when I did SBA loans during COVID for people. When you get the loan, they give you the amount that you approved to you. You have to then sign and say, I agree to this. This is me. I am doing this. I 100% agree. I agree that I'm not going to transfer the money to outside of the country. I agree that the money's going to be for paycheck to pay my employees, which he never did. He was guilty from the beginning, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
When it comes to federal crimes, most cases never go to trial. In 2022, 89.5% of the defendants pled guilty. Now, pled is a plea deal right there for you. 89.5% never went to trial. They pled guilty, so they pled out. Austin St. John is now a part of this percentage of people who pled guilty. Do you think that the federal government could not convict 89.5% of the cases they brought to trial, that they brought up, that people were arrested? Brent, you're not muted, man.
I'm not muted. Okay, so this is all the cases, not just specific to white collar. This is murder or sexual assault. This is all the criminal cases. 89% are resolved with this plea deal. So each case is different, and I'm just of the opinion. I've never said that what was said in that response was a lie. What I'm saying is that the prosecutor, I've said this multiple times, the prosecutors who are much more knowledgeable on this subject than any of us looked at the facts of the case and determined that a trial case or bringing this to trial is not worth it for whatever reason.
That's not why they do plea deals. Henry just read why they do plea deals.
To eliminate backlog.
And eliminate backlog. But the thing is, if it was so concrete, what was presented proved his guilt. If they had all the evidence, they wouldn't have to go through trial. They wouldn't have to do the discovery.
What are you talking about? You're innocent until proven guilty. What are you talking about?
Right. But you're innocent until proven guilty when you go to trial. So that means they have to do the discovery. They have to go through that process.
Discovery was already done, Brent. What are you talking about?
It's already been done. So they have all the evidence, and they still chose not. They still chose not to pursue.
They offered jail time. Even the people who were found guilty were offered. We had Cord Newman's wife in the chat.
Because they offered them plea deal doesn't mean that they don't have enough evidence to pursue. They are telling you, hey, listen. Let's say I'm the federal government. I have a 95% conviction rate. I have your text messages. I have your wire transfer. I have your loan agreement, your loan things. We have pictures of you with the other people that committed fraud. Either you take a plea deal and we'll help you out because it's a white collar crime and you have no other big, heavy like crimes, or you risk, Henry, you had it up earlier. You risk 20 to 30 years in prison. And ASJ is old, broke, has kids, type 1 diabetic. Do you really think that he was going to go against the 95% conviction rate, knowing damn well that they had all that information, and go to jail for 30 years and probably die in jail? Let's be honest.
Oh, God.
It's the truth. They don't.
Well, here's the thing, Brent.
Medical treatment.
Here's the thing. Cord Newman was offered 3 years probation for if he would accepted a guilty plea. Now he's going to get some years in jail. He's going to get sentenced to years in jail because he was found guilty as opposed to pleading guilty. So let that sink in. Why would they offer him no jail time, and then when he gets convicted, hit him with years of jail time?
Am I unmuted, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would they offer Cord Newman a no jail time plea, and now he's going to get sentenced to jail time if they didn't have enough evidence to convict? You have the floor, Brent.
So they offered him a plea deal. He rejected it, and then they decided to pursue jail time.
Wait. No. He was found guilty by a jury of his peers. And he's going to get sentenced to jail.
His case might be different than Austin's.
What are you talking about? He was offered no jail time. He was offered no jail time, same as Austin.
He was offered no jail time, and then he rejected the plea deal.
Yes. Court Newman
and then he went to discovery, and then he was found guilty.
Discovery was already done. Discovery happens before you offer the plea deal. They say, "Hey, here's all the evidence we have against you."
Do you want to go to trial, or are you going to take a plea deal and not die in jail? That's basically what it is.
So Court Newman and Austin were both offered plea deals that involved no jail time. Austin took his. Court rejected his, and now he's about to get sentenced to real jail time.
Are the facts of their cases exactly the same? Exactly
the same. False.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
There's no differences. Are you sure about this? That there's no difference between Corey Newman and Austin?
They both submitted false PPP loans. They both sent Andrew Moran a kickback. They both sent money to get invested in foreign currencies. All identical.
Is there any other difference?
And they use professional stuff.
Is there any other difference that separates Austin or any other person?
Court was about to double up on his. He was about to go to a round 2.
Okay, so there is a difference, and at the end of the day, we're going to keep arguing about this. People, the chat's 55 people, which is crazy. People are going to think I'm stupid. That's fine, and that's why I'm still here. Most people would have left by now.
The core factors remain the same.
The core factors, what you determine to be core factors, but at the end of the day, there's differences and there's nuances that make differences in the sentencing. And as of right now,
what do you mean the sentencing? The plea deals were no jail time. Both were offered no jail time pleas.
But the facts of their circumstances aren't exactly the same. There's differences between Austin.
Both of them sent Andrew. Both of them.
But what did Andrew Moran do differently that Austin?
Nothing.
Didn't do.
They all did the same shit. They all sent they all sent Moran his kickback. They all sent him his kickback. They all sent.
There has to be a difference. Okay. That you said something about round 2, right? Moran was going to do something about round 2.
All right.
So,
all right, guys. All right, come on, Drew. What's up, man?